Hello and welcome to another episode of the Expat Mama interviews. Hi, so I'm here with Fred Badagnani. He's an American living in Argentina. So Fred, tell us a bit about your history, where you grew up in the States, and what led you to Argentina.
Sure. I was born in Long Island, New York. I went to school in Buffalo, New York, and then I had a career with Walgreens for 21 years, a big drugstore company. Most of that, which was traveling around the country opening up new stores. Then I married an Argentinian, and we decided to move. Married an Argentinian, decided to move to Argentina because she was an Argentinian, obviously an only child, and real estate was really cheap. So I bought an apartment back in 2003 and moved here in 2008. Being able to live here rent-free.
And where did you meet? In the States?
Miami.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Miami at an Argentinian restaurant.
So you've been around the States, you say, opening?
I've been in 49 of the 50 states.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
which is the one that you're missing?
Hawaii. It was too far of a drive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to wait until the ocean freezes if you want to drive.
Yeah, it's just too far of a drive to do that.
So interesting. Yeah. And so you grew up in Long Island.
Yeah. And then I went to school in Buffalo, New York, and studied business.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I always wanted to have my own business, and so the idea here was to start a remise service, executive transport service in English, and to use English as an advantage. And also, when you move down here, you're allowed to bring a car.
Oh, so you brought your car from the States?
So I bought a Lincoln Town car and then brought it down from Florida. But you do have to pay. At that time, you had to pay an 80% tax on the value of the U.S. value of the car, but it's still worth it.
And you still have it?
I still have it, and it's
those
running
are good.
great. Yeah, those cars are good forever.
And that's
just getting started.
That's like the typical airport limo service.
Yes, it is. That's why I picked it. It's not the best driving car, but it's a great car to be driven in, and they're also very durable and easy to fix. When they do break down,
I was going to ask you that
yeah.
if you find the mechanics
well,
here.
The good thing about here, well, first of all, it's a Ford product, and Ford is sold here, so some of the parts are available here. The mechanics here are excellent because they're very good at keeping old cars running, and so when I did have some major problems, the mechanics are excellent. And the one big thing is the labor cost is about half of U.S. price, but parts are generally double. So that was another thing to get used to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuel is very expensive here. But that Lincoln Town car, you can put 500,000 miles on those.
Yes, I know.
If you take care of them.
They're very durable.
Very durable, but they use a lot of fuel, so I can't compete on price with the local Fiat Senna with gas with natural gas in the back.
Right. But I'm guessing the thing that sets you apart from other airport services is that you're an American.
Yeah, and we actually show up on time. We're early. We actually get there like an hour early. We beat all the problems, which can be many here.
I know.
So that's our competitive advantage. Yeah, we have a better car. We speak English. We show up on time.
And then you can.
We also drive safely.
Like give an insight of the city
tours
from a different perspective.
Right.
Yeah, that's very good. So I take it that since you speak English, did you speak before coming? Did you know Spanish or?
Well, I took 2 years of Spanish in school because I had to. I really wanted to study Italian because I have an Italian background. I want to understand my grandparents. My father said I had to take Spanish because so many other countries in the world speak it, and especially in the U.S., you have a lot of Puerto Ricans in New York.
Yes.
And so Spanish is more useful, which he's absolutely right. So I took 2 years of Spanish, and I hated it. It was my worst subject, which I got to see.
So I take it you didn't have a...
My Spanish sucked.
Okay.
Yes, my Spanish sucked. It was my worst subject. I hated it.
But you've been here, like you said, 10 years, right?
Yeah.
So in those 10 years, did you take Spanish classes?
No.
Or no? You just learned from...
I just didn't
your
really...
interactions.
I didn't really learn a lot of Spanish. My Spanish is not that great.
But you get by.
I get by. I just don't like sounding stupid. especially with my accent and everything. And the Spanish here is not the Spanish you learn in the States.
I know.
It's not even close.
Yes, I had a friend who's she learned like 5 years of Spanish from Spain,
Right.
and then she came here and she said like, "What? This is nothing like I've learned in school."
Yeah.
And I said, "Okay,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know." Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of funny when I have to teach my Spanish customers how to speak Spanish here. That's
Right.
kind of hilarious.
Yeah. It's
But
kind
no,
of
even like in Florida where there's a big Hispanic community, some of the two different countries, when they date, they can't understand each other sometimes. They have problems.
Yeah, I know because I have a friend who's from the Dominican Republic, and when we get together, she says like stuff like put her in the, and then she uses her Dominican word
Right.
like for fridge, and I say like
not here, yeah.
yes, they say nevera. I say it doesn't make any snow. It's a fridge, so it's
Right. Or manteca.
manteca.
versus
Manteca. Manteca for them is
Lard.
yeah.
No.
Yes, I think it is. Yeah. So yes,
Yeah.
you get a lot of that.
A lot. Yeah, so that's a big thing. Is the Spanish here is very different. But like Jamaican English is not the same.
I know.
Right.
Yeah, or Australian.
Yeah.
Yeah, I worked in a construction site in Puerto Madryn,
Right.
and my boss was from New Zealand, and he would say things like over there the power lines. I would say the what? That? Oh, you mean the power line? And they would be like, yeah, and
Exactly.
so so you didn't have the need
I didn't
to
really learn that much Spanish, but what I did learn is like British English.
Oh.
My British customers.
Oh, okay.
So I came here to Argentina and I'm learning more British English than Spanish.
You had to switch your. So your English travelers, if they hear like a New York accent, they get thrown off, or
Oh, not really. A lot of them do know that I'm from New York originally, though my accent is much less pronounced than it used to be. But the Australians and the British, they know right away I'm from the U.S.
You're right.
Yeah.
They don't know exactly where from, but they
Or
pick
then
it up.
some will say, "Wow, your English is really good," because they think I'm an Argentinian.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
Yeah, your English is really good.
Thank you.
Wow,
It should
yeah,
be.
Thank you.
I was born there. So your plans are to stay here, right?
Yeah, for now. Yeah, for now. The problem with Latin America is you never know what tomorrow's going to be. Right? I mean, look what happened in Venezuela in
I know.
such a short time, and I'm scared that we could go down that road. It's very possible.
Yes,
So-
we need to see in the next election.
So I think you always have to have an exit strategy.
So it is like consider within your plans to go somewhere else, go back to
At
the
all
States.
times, always. Even leaving the States, I mean, that might be necessary. So you never know. The world constantly changes.
I know, and here in Argentina we have like every 10 years we have
Like another financial crisis. So
an
what are we on,
explosion.
year 13 now? What are
I
we on?
know.
We're in year 18.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
It's past overdue.
It's time. Could be time. Yeah. There's talk of a possible default next year.
I know. Yeah, it's like in California, they're waiting for the big one.
The big one.
It's been like 10 years. So I don't know what was the date for that one, but it's overdue
Who
as
knows?
well.
The U.S. could have a financial crisis too. You never know because it takes long for a financial crisis to happen. And then
To
when it
develop.
happens, it's quickly.
Right.
When it happens, it's very fast. So you really don't know.
Yeah. And so to wrap it up, would you recommend moving abroad, working in another country?
Absolutely. It all depends on your individual situation, of course, and if you're willing to adapt and change to a new culture, a new language, a new city, new rules.
New way of going to the
everything.
bathroom.
Yeah, but definitely there's advantages and of course disadvantages, and I think it's always an option. So I have no regrets.
Ah, that's very good. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that.
Very happy.
All right.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's very good. Thank you. Thank you for listening.